Figured I'd do a quick walk around update of the garden today. You can see it's kind of hazy out there and that smoke is back. It's really not safe to be out there today, so I'm going to give you a quick walk around to look around, see how everything's doing. And here you can see there's some zucchinis coming up in the front there and some peas behind them. Next week we should probably have our first couple of the Lillian caseload peas there. And then there's some of those yellow patty squash planted in there with peas behind them. And here I have a couple different types of cucumbers. They're all pickling cucumbers actually, so can't wait for them. Now the tomatoes back here, these are the ones that really took a beating and went in late. So some of them are better than others, and you can see there are some little tomatoes starting to form. But some of the plants are still suffering. And here's some beans coming up. These are those strike beans. And a little bit of cilantro there, some more Swiss chard, and some basil, and some cucumbers for the fence. These are little 2-inch jerkin cucumbers that we're going to be trying to make some pickles out of this year. And here's some of the marketing cucumbers up on the fence. And here's the first planting of beans. We should have beans probably next week. We'll have a batch of them. Turnips are there, and there's some onions in the back there you can see. Turnips are ready to start using. We've got some nice little ones there. Should be tender. Be cooking some of them up soon. And then let's look over here. Peppers, you can see they kind of they've had some cloudy weather. They need a little bit of better weather. And those are those Scarlet Runner beans there. They made it to the top of the post already. Can't wait to try them. And these are a couple of peas that came up over here. They're from that Jefferson collection I planted. And there's some beets there. These are the Alyssa Craig onions here. They look like they're doing really good. And we've had like nasty, cloudy, smoky days the last couple of days with some rain on and off. But looks like we only got about a 1/4 inch of rain. So I'm going to have to water soon. Eggplants, I did dust them, and I've been picking flea beetles off them, so they look pretty good now. I'll have to give them another dusting, see how that works. Peppers, these are doing good. Actually, we have some little peppers on there we can start eating. Can't wait. And there you can see some of those Adjavarskis coming up there. They're nice peppers. And this is the hardneck garlic that I tried first time this year. And you can see it has a bunch of these little curly garlic scapes on them. Have to figure out what to do with them next. And there's some hot peppers in the middle there. And tomatoes, I don't remember exactly which ones these are. But I always say I'm not going to let them get overgrown. But they do wind up getting overgrown. We had poor germination on the edamame this year. I've got to put some more seeds in. And again, more tomatoes that are starting to get overgrown. Pretty soon we should have our first dark tomato. So that's getting, pretty good size. Shallots are doing good. They're just amazing this year. They've really liked the hot, dry weather. And the garlic that I put in last fall looks like it's just about done for the year, ready to come out soon. Those are white potatoes. These are red potatoes. I can't believe the size of these plants. Boy, they like that compost. Just humongous. I picked the flowers off these 2 sets. And then there's some carrots there. Starting to thin them out, and pretty soon we'll have some baby ones. And these are the blue tomatoes, the Adirondack Blues. And I still haven't picked all the flowers off them. I have to go back and get all these guys off them now that they're starting to bloom. Put some more production into the potatoes. And then again, here's some more tomato plants that are getting overgrown. I've been abusive to them, I guess. Got pretty much a look around inside the fence here. What's in there. Now, outside here, we did have some trouble with a deer getting in there. And I wound up putting up some more barriers and stuff for them. And it looks like it worked. We haven't had a problem since. So the strawberries we've been picking and eating for a couple times now, a couple pickings. And for some reason, the deer really like the strawberry plants, the green on it, but I don't know why. Here's some more peppers. They could use a little more sunshine, but they're starting to take off and get a lot of flowers and peppers on them. There's the flowers along here. These are some of those butterfly flowers I planted from that Jefferson collection. They're coming along. They're not too fantastic looking, but I think they'll catch up. It's still early. Okra, that's been slow going, but it's finally starting to take off, and I'll have to thin it pretty soon. Now, there's that area where I threw all those sunflower seeds in. And you can see there's about 10 different types of sunflowers growing in there. I have no idea what they are or which ones are what, but I can assure you that there'll be sunflowers this year. And this is some spaghetti squash, these two hills here. And up across the back there, the butternuts are finally starting to take off. Have one of those sunflowers from that Jefferson collection, or two of them actually, that germinated out of all of them. And I can't believe these elderberry plants. I put little twigs in the ground last spring, and this is what I have now. About a 9-foot tall hedge, and I just cannot believe the amount of flowers on them. I mean, we are going to have some haul of elderberries this year, I think. I just can't believe they grew that big in a year. And let's go over here. These are the jack-o'-lantern pumpkins down here. So pretty soon this whole area will be filled in with pumpkin plants. You see there's some... These guys are going to have to move. They'll be covered with pumpkins soon. But they've been keeping an eye on the garden. And, you know, there again is all the sunflowers growing. So that's pretty much a look around here now. And... you know, it's looking back in at the garden. You can see everything's really doing great this year. We've been doing a lot of watering, and, you know, we did have a couple good rains there, but basically, surprisingly, they're doing surprisingly well with all this smoke and everything we've been dealing with. And you can kind of, it's hard to see in the camera, but it's really hazy out today, and it's dangerous again. And here's another look at those elderberry plants. I am just amazed. I mean, I can't imagine how many berries they're going to have on them. It's just tremendous. And they do make a nice windbreak for the garden, too, now. So that's a really good thing. Pear trees are doing good. And the gourds are all up across the top here. I wanted to keep them separate so we don't have butternuts tasting like gourds. And you can see, you know, deer haven't really been doing too much to the pear trees. So those ropes are helping out a little bit. But this is where they're going. Every night they're out there eating. I have one deer actually that's out there eating the lower branches off the apple trees. You can see they're doing a good job of keeping it pruned. And there's a Chinese radish I just picked, brought in, trying to figure out what to do with. So that's pretty much it. You know, a good look around at the garden. And poor Gizmo's sick. Trying to see if Kubota will fix him. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.